Hello guys, so today I'm going to show you how to install an Android OS on your desktop PC. So the operating system that I'm going to use is called Prime operating system. So I'm currently on their web page. So what you need to do is you need to go to the download OS option first. So inside that option you have a download button called download Prime OS standard. Click on it and you will get two options. So out of the two options, what you need to select is ISO image, because we are going to use our USB drive to boot the operating system onto our PC. So click on the ISO image and you will be asked to download it. So from this page, click here to start download. After the download is done, what you need to do is you need to go to a new tab and search for Rufus. So Rufus is the application that we are going to use to create the boot drive for the Prime operating system. So go to the rufus.ie website, or just search on the Google and you will be able to download it and download the application. So after the application is downloaded and after the operating system is downloaded, what you need to do is you need to open the application, which is our Rufus application first. And select your boot drive. So my USB drive is this one. I'm going to select this and click Disco ISO image. Okay, and we need to select the ISO we just downloaded. So normally by default it should be in your downloads option. In mine I have downloaded it to my D partition, so I'm going to go to my D partition and this is my operating system. Select that application, the operating system file, and click open. Okay, so from here you don't need to change anything, you can just leave it as it is. You can give a name for your USB drive if you want to, then click start. So they are asking whether to write this ISO image mode or DD image mode. The recommended option is ISO image, so keep it as it is and press OK. So this will format your USB drive. If you have data remaining on your drive, please back up them first and continue with the process. If it is OK, then press OK. While this is being done, what we need to do is we need to create a new partition in our hard drive. So if you have a Windows operating system currently running on the PC that you're going to boot this Prime OS Android operating system, you need to create another partition on that same hard drive. So my operating system is running on this local disk C. So this is a single SSD drive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another partition out of this C drive. So to do that, what you need to do is go to this PC or your My Computer option, click on Computer, and you will get these options and click on Manage. After you click on Manage, click on Disk Management. Please wait a while until the drives are populated. It might take some time because currently in the background our USB drive is being written by the ISO file. Click on your specific hard drive. So my operating system is running on C, so I'm going to create another partition out of C. So click on the C drive, click shrink volume. So the minimum capacity that they recommend is 16 GB. So in my hard drive I have 50 GB remaining, so I can create a 16 GB minimum drive. So that is what I'm going to create. So right click on the partition and click shrink volume. Then you will get a page where you can give the specific partition size. So from this page, give the partition size. So my partition size will be 16,384. So that is the size for 16 GB in megabytes. So I'm going to enter that value and click shrink. After you shrink the partition, you will get an unallocated space. Do not right click this one and click new simple volume. By doing so, you will not be able to create a partition for your Prime operating system. So what you need to do is, after the partition is created, without creating anything else, just close the page and check whether the operating system that you copied is copied onto your USB drive. So it is copied to my USB drive. If those things are done, what you need to do now is reboot your PC and go to the boot menu. So let's do that and see what we need to do next to install the prime operating system. After you restart your PC, you need to go to your BIOS interface. So the button to go to your BIOS interface might differ. So in mine, I'm going to click F2. In yours, you might need to click delete key. So by doing so, you are taken to the BIOS interface. Now what you need to do is you need to select your boot drive, which is the USB drive. So I'm going to select my USB drive and I'm going to override the boot using that. So if you don't have this option, you can just go to boot option and select your USB drive as the primary boot drive. So for me, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to select the Toshiba drive as my boot drive. So click enter and you will get this interface. So as we are going to install prime operating system, don't click on prime OS live. So by doing so, it will take a live running of the operating system without installing. We need to click on prime OS installation. Now what you need to do is you need to select the partition which you are going to run the operating system on. So in my case, I need to select the partition which has 16 GB, but in my case I cannot see that partition. So what I need to do is I need to create and modify partitions. That is because when we create the partition, it was created as unallocated. So as it is unallocated, it won't be shown in this page. So we need to create it and then only we will be able to see this partition. So click on create/modify partitions. So here they're asking us the source partition, source hard drive. So mine is gigabyte, the SSD drive. I'm going to select that. So within that, you should be able to see the 16 GB partition which we just created. So this is that partition. So what I need to do is I need to click new and enter. So they are asking us whether we need to create additional partitions from that 16 GB partition. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it as it is and press enter. So here also they're asking something like that. We just set the default value and press enter. So here the hex code, don't need to change anything, just press enter. So here they're asking us name for the partition, no need to give any, just press enter. After that is done, click write. So select the partition from the list and click write. So they are telling that this might destroy the data, but that doesn't mind because we don't have any data inside the 16 GB partition. So now what you need to do is click yes, give yes and press enter. So after that is done, go select quit and now you should be able to see the 16 GB partition. So select that partition from the list. Okay, this is the partition and click OK. So here we need to select ext4, that is the default standard, and press OK. So here you choose to format SDS to ext4, all the data on the partition will be lost. So I sure yes, we are going to press yes. So here we need to select whether we are going to install grub. So grub is used to run dual boot for Windows. So as I have a Windows operating system on my PC and I want to run Prime OS also, I'm going to click yes, and then only I will be able to boot Windows as well as Prime OS on the same personal computer. Okay, so the installation is done. What we need to do is click run Prime OS. Now as you can see, Prime OS been run on the Windows PC, so I can just remove the USB drive that I just plug in and I can run Prime OS. So after the Prime OS is run, you should be able to run any sort of Android application that you would be running on a mobile phone on your desktop PC. So as well as this, you can also run your Windows operating system, but you can only run one because this is a dual boot configuration. So just restart your PC and you should be able to run Windows as well. So click proceed here. So give a name, a username. I'm gonna give it as this and a date of birth. So I'm gonna give mine. That's all. Click next, accept. Now Android OS been set up on your desktop PC. So as you can see, Prime OS is running on your desktop PC. So that is how you install Android on your normal desktop PC. Now I will show you that you can also run Windows as well as the Prime OS. So just reboot from here. So you should get something to select. So here you have two options. So first for the Prime OS and second for Windows. So if you need to run the Prime OS by default, it will be running, but if you need to run Windows, you need to select the second one. So I'm going to select the second one to run Windows, and as you can see, I'm running Windows on my desktop PC as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I like that if you subscribe my channel and share this video so others can watch too. So subscribe, like and share, and thank you again. Have a nice day.